Electoral Commission.
Yeah.
I think
Obi has sent a message said she doesn't know why they haven't sacked the woman. They haven't sacked her, but they will sack her. Why? So don't worry.
So of course, they did kind of mention what here for. Now, mention say all these things are happening because we live in a country where people don't take responsibility for their actions. Because in any serious democratic dispensation, these jokers sitting at Electoral Commission will not be parading themselves, masquerading around the streets of this country, calling themselves commissioners. Because for me, all of them have crossed their Rubicon. Rubicon also not cross.
You will treat speaking.
They say cross Rubicon. There is no way over back. So they are done. Their positions have become untenable.
I see.
And because I will hear those of incompetence as a display Kroma and ya Ghana for na democracy ya mature to a certain level. I'm telling you, say Ghana and Sudan can no difference be anim. Ghana ne Cote d'Ivoire na omuku omo difference be anim. But Ghana for na etoda, despite the political differences in for no, we still value yankasa ye hon kwan ye fa so ye nema. Is the reason why we are here.
Yeah.
Electoral Commission, you see, people are talking about rerun. People are talking about polling station, recount, and then as for the major part of it, where the Electoral Commission will take responsibility for what they have done. No, because said enough, Mr. Stacey, can so go back to 2020 elections. Go and look at series of mistakes. Basic mistake. Electoral commissioners. They never, nobody penalized them for any of them. Fast forward 2024 elections. You declare election, we know Electoral Commission across the ballot box about crack. Now the soldier for Kuka declare. So there were sheer contradictions for almost all the declaration of Moye at the constituency, which the law says it must be done and declared at the constituency. No? The Electoral Commission came to Accra, violated the laws of saying electoral process, you know, then redeclared different people as and at the time, you know, I was suspecting that somebody would challenge the competence of these jokers sitting there as commissioners, but nobody questioned. You understand? The last time I catch Donald Trump, Abra and Kobe Kwakukuna assassination, you know. The head of Secret Service, your friend Kimberly Chittle, not only baby close to baby, I didn't know it happened yet, but because the ultimate responsibility rested with the head, you know, she appeared before Senate, and to the Senate, the woman had no other option than to tender in her resignation to your friend's president or resign Kofi. That is where people take ultimate responsibility. We sat in this country, Eko Sha, Eko Tuaba, this Jane Mensa woman, through a letter, it could try a significant part of voter region from a constituency. These people sat there for 4 good years without a representation. You know, be a man and settle this particular injustice that was done. For 4 good years. They got away with it, and for the political class, it was normal because at the time, no, a favor man for, and I and the Electoral Commission. But Bosman Asara Kwatina Parliament, catching we are seeing in our say they had 3 areas. Omukako Kanto left your declare results. No, don't forget the results had already been declared. Am I winner? Yeah. And the Electoral Commission now some between Kasa Katre. And then the same commission is catching and say Omukako run our 12 polling 19 polling station. You are these people not jokers? Are these people not jokers? And these jokers should not be given power to be toying with state institutions like the Electoral Commission. Because my culture, as you see, when you look around Africa, there are a lot of graveyards account all because of electoral violence and electoral misunderstanding arising from some of these, your friend is saying, basic errors commissions and institutions. We've seen belligerence, intransigence on the part of the Electoral Commissioner. The ordinary people, actors, the stakeholders, like the NDC MPP are all critical stakeholders in our electoral enterprise. They've been a series of engagement. They never listen. I know the day they are Electoral Commission is run. But the most important question, and the Mr. Bisa is Electoral Commission, my Electoral Commission who can say, Yakoto Abana say, your friend say, you whooping seater. Electoral Commission to me declares a run. There is no law. So, Electoral Commissioner boom raso obia yin animan or boom raso no is the same arena and and consistently, they are trampling on the laws of the land, with impunity. They don't respect anybody because some of these things could have been resolved through an IPAC engagement with the stakeholders. NDC MPP, they are the critical stakeholders, or more be at hand. And any other IPAC buy, So whatever it is, you engage these critical stakeholders and explain to them, say, because of A, B, C, D, this is the decision that we've taken as a commission. Monsono, your input, you understand? But you bypass these institutions, then you flout the law with impunity. At the end of the day, do you want people to take you serious? So for me, I think that, you see, we are here because the Electoral Commission is so incompetent, and the remnant of Akufo-Addo and we begin to ask ourselves, how on earth Kwame as Uncle Fuifas or commissioners? Because, come on, Najee and Nema Wadanadi from day one clearly shows she's an incompetent person. Bossman Asaren and Asafonum, and people are even calling for their head. And for me, I think that, you see, there are thousands of reasons I will be immediate general petition for the removal of these jokers parading themselves as easy, because continuously, they are not only endangering our democracy, but the young kasa, people, our lives are on the line. Because in the days ahead, they might be taking decisions. I know the day in Ghana before boom, and we must not sit down and watch some of these things. For instance, that's sorry, voter regions are no kuta free If that's sorry, no pano be say Bantuma Kumase. You tell free moment to about for 4 good years. I do think people have peace in this country. No. And if these people have declared a tendency to do that nonsense at the place, then the probability that they can replicate same somewhere is high. I think we must begin to call the heads of these jokers and push them out of the Electoral Commission. I am not saying this because government has changed, because these people have displayed incompetence. And for me, that is enough reason. Baby, or more declare say young Kwankwaye rerun. The question is, abato na yekoto no pink sheet no hefa sa pink sheet no nyame maame no mo de command no enyame papa no mo de command no, but the Electoral Commission yamano all the resources in the country to conduct the election cannot tell us the whereabouts of pink sheet, which is the essential document agency the to about. The question is, what is your competence? And it's the same as the Donald Trump situation, and the woman should resign. The Electoral Commission cannot tell us, you pink sheet, and that should be the reason why I inquire elections. Who is going to finance it? But
beyond the Electoral Commission and this MPP position, could take somebody is it the right call?
Oh yes, me MPP, definitely that is what I do, because the question is that you act the legal basis for the rerun. You what I say? The legal basis for the rerun, because say court and a more just to ensure you declare way. So based on what, because you see, other way are very dangerous to the sense that you allow Electoral Commission to do this rerun. Do you know what is going to happen in the future? A constituency a political party be presidential election will win convincingly. Electoral Commission will catch us a pink seat and that area and the whole region may have impact on the events and the electoral prospect. So some of these things are you magnify it as a reasonable, sensible person to put a perspective on it. And 19 constituencies or China, a bit the whole region, because ultimately you turn presidential election, Electoral Commission say Ashanti region, the whole Ashanti region, pink seat will you be happy in this country? So I don't know more, very dangerous. It's the reason why I support this particular court action. But you see, whether it will hold or not, and that is another thing, because almost they are performing a constitutional duty, and a recent ruling so person will stop a constitutional process that is emotional. You need a very reasonable justification to prove that indeed when the thing is done, it will cause an irreparable damage. So I think we will leave that to the court to decide. But for me, I think that my focus is on the Electoral Commission. JB, you and I, we said they are incompetent bunch of individuals. It has nothing to do with the NDC MPP. These people, they will endanger the prospect of this country. And Omokasakwana West, Boss Manasari, Obiena, Obio Free University, but people thought he was bringing on board some ingenuity and wisdom. Okasa Sebiase Bibi, do you know how I went to see? I saw Kwana school.
Oh, how?
Oh, and I went to several times. NDC MPP are critical.
Yeah, you could even the school there to say.
Oh, I said, American to what the concha, but I say, Okasa boom, 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 boom. But this is a person who is supposed to be an intellectual. Okasa Yansa be him. And sa attitude, and na sa much mind attitude no dey atena electoral commission kasa boom 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 nyansa bia anim omo wie ye nie you see say wo ya dey no be too for you need to listen because electoral commission shows they were going this ballistic and people started cautioning them say kwan na monam so no enko wie ye here we are today jebi mesenya NDC na nya majority of the seat and they decided to let some of the seats go. I'm telling you say nko oboase Techiman, Bobo, Tema West, then as a forum, and even that
is it
Tema West,
Baby Bright, yes, yes, and for me,
Concrete North, Baba
Sadiq, yes, and for me, I am very disappointed. The fact that we're winning more seats, doesn't mean that we should let some of these things go because Kwanya electoral commission files were already declared election, were illegal, violating laws, but because I've gotten enough seats, or China or the Bedu or the Diwa, there will be president to make reference to, you understand? So me, we need to be very serious and very frontal. Now you're making sure, say, the MI Electoral Commission, or more demonstrating nothing but incompetence. They have demonstrated, said they are insincere. You cannot rely on them, and the state institution cannot be changing position in the space of months. You understand? And for me, that should be the concern. On the side of the MPP, for now, when we say MPP, boom, Electoral Commission, we say, hey, 8 good years. Now, Attorney General who defended the Electoral Commission both on radio and TV, and you're complaining about the Electoral Commission for what? That is the insincerity on the part of these individuals. So some of us, our position have always been consistent. Say the men signing microphone mugo they have no knowledge about electoral process and as a forum. Patapani gidi gidi. And until they adopted those aggressive postures na Okanyans because the people they were dealing with. The NDC MPP, Maakye, I said, these people have been part of the electoral process since 1992. Yes, you understand? So these are individuals you can just trash their opinion just like that. You are the learner. Where is he boss? But you are the one learning the process because these are institutions sitting in. So you collaborate with them. Baby and Nema want just to. Your friends are waiting me peja one and Nema Bekoye, but you acquire 2020 elections as 2024 elections asem dabia mekase Ghana for should continue so mbebo ba so because 2024 elections Sunday na ya sorry ya na tension kuki okroma say no say nya ba umia na dimreka kogitum say wawe a I'm telling you say nkan se mebesi okroma na nya adeketo because na electoral commission emfa your friends say two your friends say figures kura mbomu ba bia they were sitting at their office. Your friends are throwing funny justifications. Oko polling station, political party for Akobisi, you no access to figures. What nonsense! But we bought these things in this country. You understand? So for me, I think the time has come. The Chief Justice issue no koda. We should not stop saying Chief Justice issue, but we should forget the Electoral Commission. No. Every single state institution that has demonstrated incompetence is the reason why we voted Akufo-Addo government out because the guy just decided to staff state institutions with individuals or more some alliances and allegiance to him. For me, this is a time, an opportunity for us to, sanitize these state institutions and ensure state institutions will once again become very effective, reliable, and Ghanaians can go to sleep when we are having an election, but not be putting these jokers in the sensitive position and be fooling around in the name of exercising constitutional duty.